If you're a roofing company doing $3 million or more and you're about to increase your marketing budget, I need you to stop. Because almost every roofing owner that I work with comes in telling me the same thing. Aaron, all I need is more leads and everything will be great. And almost every time, that's not actually the problem. I'm going to show you how to figure out exactly how much you should spend on marketing. But more importantly, I'm going to show you why most companies are wasting what they're already spending. So here's what typically happens. Owner sits down with me and says, hey, we need more leads. So before agreeing to that, I want to ask a few more questions, right? I ask them, how many leads a week are you getting right now? Not estimates, not appointments, the actual inquiries into the office, the calls, the web form fills. How many of those are getting turned into appointments? Then how many appointments a day are you actually giving each salesperson? And then what's their close rate? What's the average sale? And here's what I find almost every time. They don't need more leads. They're not converting the leads they already have into appointments, or they're handing their salespeople too many leads per day and not enough of those are getting closed. See, spending more on marketing when your conversion is broken is just like pouring water into a bucket with holes in it. Before we even talk about budget, I've got a free grip lead control checklist that'll help you score your current system and find where you're actually leaking money right now. Links in the description. Go grab it. So before I'll talk marketing budget with anyone, I walk them through a quick diagnostic, which takes typically about 15 minutes. Here are the 5 things that you need to check if you want to do this diagnostic yourself. First, step 1 is to count your weekly lead volume. How many inquiries hit your office each week? Now, if you don't know this number, that's your first problem, because you can't set a marketing budget when you don't even know how many leads you're getting. Step 2 is to track your lead to appointment conversion. If you're getting 40 leads a week, but only scheduling 30 appointments, you don't have a marketing problem. You have a front office problem. So you want to fix that first. Step 3 is to check your appointments per salesperson per day. And this catches a lot of owners off guard. You see, your reps should only be running no more than 2.5 appointments a day on average. If they're doing more than that, then they're rushing. This is going to cause your close rates to drop. Your average ticket is going to drop. You may think that you need more leads, but what you actually need is fewer, better quality appointments per rep. Step 4 is to look at close rate and average sale. If your team is closing below 30%, sending them more leads is just burning your marketing dollars faster. Fix the sales process first. Step 5, if all 4 of those check out and you're still short on volume, now it's time to invest more in marketing. But now you're investing from clarity and not desperation. So you've run the diagnostic and everything checks out. Your conversion is solid. You actually do need more leads. So the next question is, how much should I spend, right? Well, you've probably heard the rule of thumb that 5 to 10% of revenue for roofing companies is about an average, a good average. And it is a decent starting point. But it misses something that is really important. You see, not all of your revenue costs the same to generate. See, every roofing has 2 types of revenue, low cost and marketed. Low cost is referrals, repeat customers, word of mouth, yard signs. That business shows up because you did good work, but it costs you almost nothing to get. Marketed revenue is Google ads, Facebook, LSA, direct mail, TV, radio. That's the business that you paid to generate. And here's the key. Your marketing budget should be calculated against your marketed revenue, not just your total revenue. Now, let me show you what I mean. All right, so let's say you're doing $2 million in sales, which makes it easy for me to do the math, and you're spending, like $100K on your marketing, and even I'm smart enough to know that that is 5%. But if you're like a lot of roofing companies that are spending some money on marketing, then 50% is that word of mouth. We're going to call that WOM type marketing, the stuff that just happens, right? Without you doing any marketing, it just occurs, and that costs you almost nothing. And 50% is what we're going to call marketed. That means that out of that 2 million, 1 million equals marketed. So $1 million of the 2 million came from our marketing efforts. So what that really means is we spent 100K to get that business. Now, what that really means is for marketed business, we're spending 10% of revenue. See how that works? Totally different than 5% of revenue totally changes the equation on how we're calculating what we're going to invest in marketing and what we want our return to be. So in this situation, that 10% is a real number, and that's not uncommon for me to see with different members and different people that we're helping. We put a cap, though, on 15%. We don't want to see you go above that, and even if you're going to sniff that or get close, I'm going to do a tight look at your gross profit margin, your overhead, to make sure that you're still going to hit your net profit goals, right? Because it doesn't matter what your sales are if your marketing is eating up all your profits. Okay, so before you increase your budget, here's what I want you to look at. Number one, what's your number one lead source right now? What's number two? For most companies in your situation, it's word of mouth and your website. Are you on Google LSA? Is your Google business profile set up properly? If not, start there because that's high intent, local, and relatively low cost customers. Next question. What direct marketing are you doing? How much did you spend on direct sources last year? And lastly, what did you get in closed sales from that investment? I'll want to see if there's something already working that could just be scaled up, because that's always cheaper and faster than starting something up brand new. The companies that I work with to grow the fastest, they fix their conversion first, then they identify what's already working and put fuel on that fire. If you want to figure out where your leads are leaking right now and how to get more out of what you're already spending, go grab that Grip Lead Control checklist. It'll score your current system and show you exactly where the gaps are. The link's in the description. And I break down this entire approach in more detail in the companion blog post. I'll link that below too. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe. I put out content like this all the time for roofing company owners who want to build a real business and not just have a high-paying job. I'll see you in the next one.